Nepal unrest because there are more developments coming in. Amidst the wave of protests, we're getting to know that the Nepalese president himself, Ramchandra Poodle, has relinquished his post. This is after protesters have been demonstrating on the streets against government's decision to ban social media platforms. So after the Prime Minister of Nepal, KP Oli, it is now the Nepalese president who has put in his papers. He had just a short while ago accepted the resignation of KP Oli, and his aide had informed the public that there were fast-paced discussions and deliberations that were happening to appoint the next leader, the next Prime Minister of Nepal. He himself has now resigned. Remember, his house was also, his residence was also vandalized. It was gutted in fire by these violent protesters who have been protesting the current establishment, the current dispensation, and a number of ministers within the cabinet of the KP Oli government were also targeted. All right, there's fresh information pouring in. In fact, we're getting to know that the wife of the former Nepalese PM, Jalannath Kanal, has been burnt alive. His house has also been set on fire. That's the latest update. That's unfortunate. There has been a death where these protesters have burnt the wife of the former Nepalese Prime Minister, Jalannath Kanal, and his house has also been set on fire. That's unfortunate news coming in. The total death toll, as was being reported just a short while ago, was 22, but report coming in that the wife of a political leader, no less the former Nepalese Prime Minister, has been burnt alive, and his house has also been set on fire. This comes in wake of calls that are now being made by protesters, these youth who had come onto the streets, and they are asking their fellow mates, they are asking these demonstrators to calm down, to not take law into their own hands, to not destroy public property. But here's news of one death of a political leader's wife. She has been burnt alive. What are going to be the consequences of this death that has been reported? It's unfortunate news pouring in. Nepal continues to be a burning. It is distressing news that has been coming from the neighboring country with which India shares its borders. We're also getting to know that after Air India and Indigo, both of them are Indian private airlines. It is SpiceJet, another private airline that operates out of India, that has issued a travel advisory. It has cancelled all flights flying to Kathmandu or flying back from Kathmandu have been cancelled for 10th of September, which is tomorrow. So for the next 24 hours, all flights, private flights from India to Kathmandu and from Delhi to Kathmandu and Kathmandu to Delhi have been halted. Situation very grim at the moment. All right, we'll keep a close eye on more developments as they come, and we'll keep you updated on the current very sensitive situation in Nepal. Prime Minister Keir Starmer of United Kingdom has reshuffled his cabinet following Angela Rayner's resignation as the Deputy Prime Minister and Labour Deputy Leader. David Lammy was named the new Deputy Prime Minister. Starmer has emphasised the government's shift from fixing the foundations to a state of national renewal, calling on his team to unite and focus on economic growth to improve public services and living standards. He criticised Reform UK for feeding off the politics of grievance and stressed the government's mission to unite the country representing decent and compassionate people. The reshuffle comes amidst Labour's struggles with poll ratings and internal divisions, especially as Chancellor Rachel Reeves prepares a tough budget. Meanwhile, the race to replace Rayner as Labour's deputy leader is now underway, with 4 candidates competing, including Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson. Let's listen in to that comment that has been made by the UK Prime Minister.
You are all here around this table, each and every one of you, because you're the right people for this stage of our journey. The right people, therefore, to focus on our priorities, which are economic growth and national renewal. And the right people to heed the patriotic call to lift up our country and take it forward to national renewal for millions of working people. Ours is a mission for what I consider to be the true Britain, the Britain of decent, reasonable, compassionate, tolerant people. The vast majority of people in this country are, and it's them that we have in our mind's eye as we go forward. And our mission is the triumph of national renewal of the division and decline that is offered, and that is our patriotic responsibility and our patriotic duty, and I look forward to working with all of you as we go on to this next phase of government. Thank you.
Sham Batra on the telecast with me is the former London mayoral candidate. Sham, quite the upheaval that is taking place within the cabinet right at this point of time. David Lammy, as we discussed a couple of days ago, has been appointed as the new new deputy prime minister. So how do you think at this point of time the cabinet is going to shape up?
Well, as I can tell you, Labour's had a traumatic start to the beginning of what I call a shambolic state. The country is in pain. The people don't like them. They have Starmer has excluded us with freedom of speech, which is a terrifically bad position. I mean, as you probably know, with the riots last year, people that were saying things not so good possibly were put into prison, and people like paedophiles and others were taken out of the system. They can shuffle and reshuffle as much as they want. I simply don't agree with David Lammy being a deputy prime minister and also a justice secretary. They've got 600 MPs. Why does he need to take 2 roles? That means 2 lots of money, 2 lots of things, 2 lots of expenses. And as far as I know, up to the end of last year and this year, he's racked up an expenses bill of over £800,000. So you tell me, I mean, the way our country is going in an unsystematic state. There is no system. Everything is broken. He's left the Chancellor still as the Chancellor. She hasn't got a clue about money, yet she said she served in the Bank of England. I can only say that this is ending up into a very, very shambolic state. Our country needs good leader, good supportive action, go out and get business in the world, make friends with everyone. Instead, they're friends with one part of Ukraine. And then they're not friends with the Russian side. Yet England should have taken a stance to have been neutral in a lot of things. We have our own problems in our country. We have poverty in our country, which is rife. There are people stealing from the supermarkets and stuff. No one is doing anything about it. The police have been given very lax powers. You know, as long as it's not over £200, let's just say, they can steal as much as they want. So what type of government do we have in England, a British society that has lived on its morals? Whenever there's an earthquake somewhere, everybody takes money out of their pocket. We are a giving nation. But the way this government has acted on us, they have put secrecy first and not transparency. Look at our deputy ex-prime minister. What did she do? She should have paid her way leading from the front and telling people, this is how you've got to do things. She could have been clear, honest and sincere and said, I bought another house. I'm going to live there because of my autism.
Okay, fair enough. Yes, we have gone through this. Thank you very much for giving your side of opinion about these fast-paced developments taking place right now in United Kingdom within the government. On that note, I slip into a short break. Thanks for watching NewsX.